All right. Hey, Judge, good to have you with us. The one thing that really kind of stuck with me, one thing that really kind of stuck with me through this whole ordeal with Stormy on the stand was the following in cross-examination. When Susan Nicholas said to Stormy Daniels, am I correct that you hate President Trump? Stormy Daniels said yes. Nicholas says, you want him to go to jail, right? Stormy Daniels, I want him to be held accountable. And I'm wondering, what does she want him to be held accountable for? I mean, she's got her own beef with him about a completely different issue. But what dog does she have in this particular fight that's being held out in the court here in New York City today?
Well, if you're asking what dog she has in this race, the only dog she has in this race is well over $1 million that the defense attorney made it clear through repeated examples of the money, you know, the Horny America tour, as well as interviews and non-disclosure. This woman has done nothing but make money since the day she met Donald Trump. And yet she admits that she hates him. She says, as you say, John, that he should be made accountable. But at the same time, she is absolutely really dug in on the idea that she's happy she's going to be dancing if he goes to jail. She is going back and forth on Twitter, responding to people in vicious ways. But I think most telling about the testimony today was that this was a masterclass in cross-examination. You had an attorney who was able to question Stormy Daniels about what she said that the prosecution laid out very clearly, but all of the prior inconsistent statements that are what we use as prosecutors to make the witness incredible. And this witness was incredible because between an interview with In Touch, Vogue magazine, Anderson Cooper, as well as the NDA and all of the other surrounding circumstantial evidence, nothing was ever straight. On the one hand, Donald Trump met her here, then he met her there, then he was up, then she wasn't afraid of him, but he stood up over her. I mean, she really was all over the case. And, you know, when I first saw her on direct, it was clear to me that she was well prepped as a prosecution witness. She was not prepped for cross-examination. And I think she really lost any sense of credibility when she started talking about her talking to the dead. You know, she's got this ability, you know, she lived in a haunted house. Somebody left her, one of her children's fathers left her because of this haunted house. I mean, she came across as pretty kooky and not at all believable. And I think it was excellent cross-examination that we saw.
Well, and Judge, to your earlier point, if she hates him, she's vowed not to pay the $500,000 that a judge ordered her to pay. If she won't respect a judge's order, how would she respect the oath that she's taking to give this testimony today? But I want to bring up the line of questioning when she was asked if she ever felt threatened by Trump. Hoffinger says, did you feel threatened by him? Daniels says, no, not physically, although I did note there was a bodyguard right outside the door. There was an imbalance of power for sure. He was bigger and blocking the way, but I mean, I was not threatened verbally or physically. So how do you square that with her other testimony that she entered into this NDA out of safety?
Yeah, well, you square it away by coming to the conclusion that she is lying because the statements are totally inconsistent. I noticed today that she tried to make it very clear that she wasn't on drugs, she didn't have alcohol, the president didn't force her to do anything. But, it appeared she was trying to pull back from that because there was a lot of concern on direct examination about how she described this imbalance in power. On the one hand, she says that Keith Schiller, the president's former bodyguard, was outside the room, and then he wasn't outside the room. And, but as I sat there in the courtroom, I couldn't help but say to myself, this is great for the defense, because we are so far into reversible error territory that it is pathetic. Because this is totally extrinsic to whether or not a non-disclosure agreement and the parameters of that agreement and who signed it, the agreement, and whether or not it was followed, which is the essence of this crime that's being alleged against the president. That had nothing to do with it. She even said it happened, quote, many, many, many years ago. And so, of course, the defense kind of jumped on that and said, you agree it happened many, many, many years ago. And so this is the kind of information that is kind of interesting. It's titillating. She comes across, as I said, as contradicting herself over and over. And then she would say, you know, I didn't do it for the money. I wanted to get the story out. And the cross-examination was, you wanted to get the story out? You could have done a presser Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, any day of the week. But you were waiting. And then you found out from your lawyer the Slate wasn't paying money. So you decided to go with the NDA. Then she breaks the NDA. And then she continues to make money. I mean, I'm well over $1 million, $2, $3, $4. Yeah. This has been her livelihood from the day she met Donald Trump, who wasn't the president at that point.
And in fact, Susan,
I got to tell you one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure, go ahead.
This is the kind of information, as I said, that's not only reversible error, but it's almost entertaining. And when they go into that jury room, she's not going to be relevant because there's nothing that she said that connected Donald Trump with that NDA, that connected Donald Trump with any of the things that she was talking about other than that act that she described differently every time she talked about it. So at the end of the day, and I hate using that term, but in the deliberation room, she didn't lay a finger on the essence of the crimes that are alleged against Donald Trump in that courtroom.
Right.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kayleigh McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.